my role as a woman and my responsibility as a woman in my community. Um, there are many hats that I wear in that, and it's very difficult because sometimes we don't have the collective like we did at one time, and our families have been sort of divided by these lines and by individualistic Western ideologies, like you have to work, you have to make all this money, and so you work all hard all your life and you don't get to enjoy the people that around you that love you and care for you. So I really believe that it's a collective, and we have so much to be grateful for, even in this territory in the North Shore. There's so much we're so rich with resources, and to be able to work together as a collective. And but meanwhile, nobody wants to give up the comforts of, threatening core funding or program capita. And, I don't think that's totally where it's at. And I think that we have to kind of really work hard together to bring that circle back into alliance for our North Shore and all of our 7 nations across the board. And we have to find a commonality in that. And it's usually with our children. And when I did the walk from Edmonton, I knew that it would be through the child welfare, and somehow it will fix itself. But it's also identifying our roles and responsibilities in our families, and ourself, and our families, and our communities, and our nation. And because really, if I'm the eldest in my family, I'm a leader. I've always been a leader. But it was an inherent right in my family. There's many leaders in our family. And, just to think if we could all work together as a family, and how many people that can be helped through that inherent right. It's amazing to me still the evolution of family, and how through times immemorial, times don't change. It's still our responsibility as women to define and to live our roles, to know what our roles are. And it's not something that we could just put on the shelf and use it to our convenience. It's a way of life, it's a way of being, and it's identity. I really got identified as a First Nations woman through the critique of a black woman and through apartheid. And that was when I was in college at 21. And through that experience, I've had a relationship with Mother Earth, and that's where I found who I was. And fasting, and through a cultural component in my own personal journey, that's where I found myself. And that's who I found was me, sitting on the land and praying for people. That's my right and my role and my responsibility as Anishinaabe Ojibwe Dao on this path. And that's one role. However, I'm mother, I'm grandmother, I'm sister, I'm auntie, I'm partner, I'm cousin, I'm a friend, I'm a mentor. And being an example has never been an easy reality. However, I think that picking up the sacred items or the sacred teachings have been my grandmother's wings, our grandmother's wings. And I truly believe that that is who we are as Anishinaabe people. And to be able to allow the children to direct us, to let them lead the way to uniting our families, because somewhere along the line somebody has to do without in order to gain something, and it's almost like nobody gets left behind on my watch. And it's really important to understand that and to adhere to that, because that's keeping the circle strong and identifying who we are as families in our indigenous perspective and our worldview. And that's the clan system teachings. I just wanted to touch base on that. And I wish everybody good tidings and good blessings for the nominations and the upcoming election. And may Creator guide you best for your people to choose your leaders. So again, I thank you, and you all have a wonderful evening, and stay blessed and stay real. Pama pi menua hahau.